What's up guys, you know POCO and you know they bring the heat when it comes to performance and value. And guess what? The POCO F7 is officially here and it's looking like it's about to redefine the mid-range segment. We are talking flagship level power, a battery that just won't quit, and proper IP68 certification, and all that without breaking the bank. Stick around because you don't want to miss this one. Now, first of all, inside the box, you will find a user manual, a protective silicone case to get you started, a USB-A to Type-C charging cable, a 90-watt fast charger, and last but certainly not least, the POCO F7 itself. So you can pick up the POCO F7 starting from around £389, and I believe there is going to be an early bird special offer price of just under £320. So all relevant pricing info will be in the description box for you. So first impressions, POCO has really stepped up their game with the design of the F7. We are seeing a sleeker, more premium aesthetic, especially with this silver limited edition. It feels great in the hands and the build quality is definitely improved with metal frame going all the way around and a glass back with rounded corners. Now this silver edition is finished in silver and black, with some intricate details like the Snapdragon emblem. It says limited edition over here, 50 megapixel OIS, and the design of the silver limited edition gives a real gaming feel to it. Although I must mention it does pick up fingerprints on the silver side. Furthermore, this phone is pretty slim at 8.2mm and weighs around 215 grams. Camera layout is interesting. You have an oval shaped module housing the cameras and the sensors do not stick out too much. Overall, the phone manages to look quite smart. We're talking budget price phone here, yet the phone feels solid in the hands with the right amount of effort gone into the design to give it a touch of premiumness that you wouldn't expect in this price range. Now, let's quickly check out the ports. Starting off at the bottom, we have a loudspeaker, Type-C charging port, a microphone, and a SIM card tray. And the SIM tray can handle two 5G nano SIMs at the same time. And on this side, you can see power button and volume rocker. Up on top we have an IR blaster and a loudspeaker location on the earpiece, and on this side we have nothing. Now let's talk about that display. We are getting a gorgeous 6.83 inch 1.5K AMOLED panel with a silky smooth 120Hz refresh rate. Text is sharp, colors pop, and scrolling is just buttery smooth. And for you outdoor warriors, this bad boy boosts up to a staggering 3200 nits of peak brightness. So say goodbye to squinting in direct sunlight. Plus, with 3840Hz high frequency PWM dimming, your eyes will thank you during those long gaming or binge watching sessions. It's truly an immersive experience. Furthermore, the display does support smart refresh rate with the option to switch between 60Hz or 120Hz all the time. And you can also select which apps use the 120Hz refresh rate. You can switch them on and off as required. Now the bezels, as you can see, are quite narrow and completely symmetrical going all the way around. And performance-wise, we are rocking the brand new Snapdragon 8S Gen 4 processor, which is a 4nm octa-core clocked at 3.21 GHz. And you have the integrated Adreno 825 graphics. For RAM and storage, you get 12 gigs of LPDDR5X RAM and a choice between 256 or 512 gigs of UFS 4.1 storage. This phone does also support virtual RAM extension, so you can expand the RAM by 8 GB using your internal storage space, effectively giving you 24 gigs of RAM. Now, other things to point out. This phone is running Android 15 with Xiaomi HyperOS version 2 on top. Now the OS, as most of us already know, is generally fast and has lots of features, tweaks and customization options to play with. But you do get some bloatware included and a folder of pre-installed apps and a folder of unwanted games, but thankfully it's quite easy to remove the apps that you don't want. Okay, so now let's talk cameras. This phone features dual cameras on the back, a 50 megapixel primary sensor, and that is in fact the Sony IMX 882 sensor. And this is quite a popular sensor which has been used in many different smartphones from the past year, naming a few: POCO F7, Realme GT Neo 6, the Realme 12 Pro, the Vivo V40 Lite, and the Nothing CMF Phone 1, and many others. They all use the same primary sensor, tried and tested, so we know that it's a decent primary sensor. And the second camera, we're looking at an 8 megapixel ultra wide. And on the front, we have a 20 megapixel selfie camera. So let's go ahead and check out some photo and video samples. 4K 60. Now, what about battery? Well, this phone has a generous 6500 mAh battery built in and supports 90 watt fast charging. And the best part is the charger is included in the box. Now, if we talk gaming, technically this phone is powerful enough to play any game from the Play Store in high settings and high frame rate. So let's check out the COD graphics settings. So you can see maximum graphics selectable is max, and the maximum frame rate is also max. Now the option for ultra frame rate is there, but when you select it, the graphics will drop down to medium. So let's go ahead and play on the maximum settings and see how this game performs.
On standby. Contact with enemy. Boom! Headshot.
So after playing a whole game of Call of Duty Mobile, here's a quick look at the thermals. So you can see we've reached 40 degrees Celsius after one whole game, but it says no throttling, devices operating normally. So not bad temperature wise. We're going to have to test out some PUBG. Here are the PUBG graphics settings. Okay, so the maximum graphics selectable is Ultra HDR graphics, and at the same time you can select Ultra frame rate. If you drop the graphics down to HDR, you can go and select Extreme frame rate. I want to see how this phone handles higher frame rates, so we're going to go for Extreme frame rate and graphics HDR. Let's go. So after a full game of PUBG Mobile, you can see the temperatures 41.6 degrees Celsius, no throttling, devices operating normally. So moving on to the system and benchmark info, starting off with DRMs. So you can see Google Widevine Level 1 certification, and also I want to show you Dolby Vision, HDR10, HDR10 Plus and HLG all supported. CPU Z where you can check out the clock speeds. And you can see this is running the Adreno 825. And here are the results for the internal disk speeds. So we achieved read speeds of 1084 and write speeds of 315 megabytes per second. Now moving on to the benchmark, starting off with Geekbench single core score 2077 and multi-core score of 6501. And 3D Mark Wildlife Extreme, this phone achieves an overall score of 4408. Overall score in the solar ray test is 7264, and in Steel Nomad Lite we achieved 1571. And in the Antutu benchmark test, this phone achieves 1.89 million. And to give you an idea of how this phone ranks, here is my top performing smartphone chart of 2025, showing you the latest smartphones and seeing how they compare with each other. Now all smartphones are ranked by Geekbench multi-core scores, so higher the score, faster the phone, and therefore higher it ranks on our chart. For those of you who are not bothered about benchmarks, I've also given each phone a rating out of 100 based on its features and specs, so you can see exactly which phone is the most powerful and which phone overall is the best in terms of rating. So based on that, the POCO F7 takes position 21 on this chart with a Geekbench multi-core score of 6501, and I've also given this phone an overall rating of 90 out of 100. So there you have it guys, that was the POCO F7, and here are my thoughts. You're getting an exceptional performance, Snapdragon 8S Gen 4 for flagship level power, massive battery, fast charging, charger included in the box, stunning AMOLED display, IP68 certification, fast UFS 4.1 and LPDDR5X RAM, decent primary sensor, stereo speakers supporting Dolby Atmos sound, and offers exceptional value for your money. So there are some caveats, but they're not deal breakers at all, and it's not going to really make a difference to most of us out there. You've got a weak ultra-wide sensor and no dedicated telephoto, and some bloatware is included within the OS, but easy enough to remove. So bottom line, it's clear POCO is once again aiming to disrupt the mid-range smartphone market. This phone isn't an upgrade, it's a statement. It's for the gamers, the power users, and anyone who wants a flagship level performance without the flagship level price tag. If you're looking for a phone that truly delivers on speed, endurance, and a great overall experience, the POCO F7 should be at the very top of your list. So what do you guys think of the POCO F7? Are you hyped for this phone? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to see more of my latest and greatest unbiased tech reviews, hit the like button, sub to the channel, and hit the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.